Hey, hi YouTube, what's going on? This is ITF, or I Talk, on his second channel, and in today's video we're going to be covering Overwatch 2. More specifically, I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on Overwatch 2, the good and the bad. And this is just my initial thoughts on the game. The game hasn't even been out for a week, but I worry that with some of my negatives I have to say about it, might be something that isn't just because it's the very beginning of the game's life cycle. It's more of the fact that this could carry on if Blizzard doesn't do anything about it. So let's go over the good, because I know I've been very negative on Overwatch 2 as of late, but I gotta say, this is the best iteration of Overwatch in my personal opinion. The gameplay is extremely fluid. There's no more double shield. There's not a lot of stuns in the game. The game feels fun and fluid to use, and it doesn't feel like I'm playing an MMO, and it doesn't feel like I'm hunkering down in a corner with an Orisa shield and a Sigma shield in front of me. You know what I mean? Like, the game actually plays a lot better without those components, and I think that makes this game way better than Overwatch 1 without a shadow of a doubt. Also gotta mention here, the movement and all of the visuals, the audio, all of it feels very, very good, and it's addicting to play this game. Like, you actually feel very invested into it because of how responsive everything is. Like, everything just feels so good, and we kind of expect that from Overwatch and Overwatch 2 for sure. It's a Blizzard title. They're supposed to be really good games. They're not supposed to be lackluster or anything like that. So I gotta give them credit. It's really good. Also, the skins that we have so far in this game, I think half of them are really bad, but the other half are really good. It gives me excitement and anticipation for the future skins of this game because I've already seen trailers of what they have going on with other skins and stuff, and I'm very excited to see what they come up with because Blizzard's art team are phenomenal people and they make insanely good skins and cosmetics and emotes and all of that good stuff. So I don't expect them to go lower with this, even though I've seen some skins that already kind of question me a little bit with how much effort they're actually going to be putting towards their legendary skins especially. We'll have to wait and see. I'm sure my mind will change after what I've seen already, but for the start, it's good and bad at the same time. Also, the voice interactions we have now, phenomenal. Love hearing more quips between characters and stuff like that. The amount of talking that goes on in matches adds more world building and adds more fun and quirky interactions that you never would have thought you would have heard before. And I like that. I'm happy with what we have with this, and I hope they add more in the future. I know we already have a ton now, but I just like this. It's a very small feature that I feel as though a lot of people aren't going to mention as a positive, but I gotta say, I think it's really well done. Now, there should be an option to stop voice line spam. I've already gotten reported for this already, stupidly enough. So maybe if they make an option to make it so the voice lines, you just don't hear them, because I know they also get kind of repetitive and you hear them a lot. Like, I remember in the beta, Mercy just would not shut up. Even though I love that character, it still was kind of like, okay, I get it, I'm healing you now, and now, oh, damage boosting you. Like, it was consistently constant. That's the best way I could describe it. It was so annoying. So hopefully they can make it so we can lower the amount of voice quips used, because I know in games like Rogue Company they do have an option to just turn that off. So if you don't want to deal with voice line spam, you can do that. But moving on from that though, the middle mouse wheel with all the different things like defending here and fallback here, all very good stuff. Marking enemies, it's an extremely good addition to the game that makes it even better if you don't like talking in your games. They've done a great job with that, and I can appreciate that. Also, it's free for everyone, which I think is a very good thing too. Overwatch 1, I feel like being a $40 title kind of stirred away people, especially because the meta, I guess you can say, in terms of multiplayer games is usually to go free to play and then to have an item shop and a battle pass. Apex Legends, Fortnite, Rogue Company, all those games, they all do that same model. And I feel like with Overwatch 1, they were kind of lost in that sense. They didn't really have that. And instead of just putting it in Overwatch 1, they made a whole new game to actually reflect that new model. So yeah, the game is free, so everyone can play it, and I'm happy about that. And then the last thing I want to mention here, and I thought this would be a negative, but I haven't really noticed that we were missing a tank. I was so worried that after playing the beta that I would really miss having that second tank with me, but after what they've done with the tanks, they feel like they can stand on their own, maybe besides, like, I guess Zarya is pretty weak in terms of doing much in terms of tanking now. But regardless of that, I still think that they did a good job with making the tanks actually kind of stand on their own and not need to have a second tank with them, like Zarya Rein can't do that anymore, but at the same time, it's not really that necessary. Same with like Zarya Winston, Diva Winston, like Dive, you can't really do any of that anymore, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. If anything, what they could do is make an arcade mode for 6v6, and I think that'd be a really fun idea to kind of go back to that, but I don't think it's necessary. The amount of action that we got from 6v6 feels pretty much the exact same with 5v5, especially because everything is so much more fast-paced now, and it's not so hunkered down and take it slow and play more defensively. Now it's more offensive and aggressive, and it actually creates this really fun dynamic of Overwatch that we've never seen before, because the game, for the most part, the game felt so slow, like when Brig was introduced, and when Doomfist was introduced, and when all these stun-heavy heroes were introduced, it made it unbearable at times. The thing I hated most in Overwatch 1 was the amount of stuns, shields, and immortality field from Baptiste. Hated that thing. It was so cheap to just be able to get out of any sort of situation just by throwing something on the ground. Like, that takes zero skill at all. In this game, the game moves so fast that immortality isn't all that good anymore. It's still pretty decent, but it's not as good as it used to be. So yeah, I think that so far, the way they have Overwatch 2 structured is very good. However, we have a lot of negatives to go over here. The shop prices are egregious. The pricing in this game does not make sense to me. The prices don't really work when you compare it to the Overwatch 1 price structure and Overwatch 2. Yes, I understand with Overwatch 1, the currency was basically like fake money. It wasn't really meant to be something that you can use to actually like buy stuff in the game. You got credits and you got skins through the loot boxes, and then the remaining credits you could buy whatever you wanted in your game, and that was fine. Now it's $20 for a skin bundle, which usually includes either an emote or a highlight intro. Those are the two big things. I think what they might do is for every epic bundle, they will include a highlight intro, and then for every legendary bundle, they'll include an emote. Maybe. I think they're probably going to intertwine it a bit. I don't know. That's what we just have for now. But the pricing is ridiculous. $20 for a legendary skin, which I understand where they're kind of coming from with that. And then, you know, you got all the other stuff in the bundle. It's not worth $20. I'm sorry. It's just not worth that. They need to severely lower the price if they want anyone to buy anything from this game. Moving on from that, the Battle Pass is extremely not consumer friendly. In every game known to man that has a Battle Pass, they give you credits to buy stuff in the shop or to buy the next Battle Pass. In Overwatch 2, there is 0 tiers that offer the credits. So you have to spend $10 to get the Battle Pass, which I think is totally fine. You get a good amount of stuff in the Battle Pass, but my point is that you get no currency back for grinding out the Battle Pass. You get none back. This is a horrible first Battle Pass in that sense. And I mean, don't even get me started. Fortnite gives you 1,500 V-Bucks in their Battle Pass. So you could buy the Battle Pass for $10. Actually, excuse me, Fortnite actually does it $750. $750 for a Battle Pass. If you complete it, you get enough V-Bucks to buy a Battle Pass and a half. Overwatch 2 really needs to step up their game with that. I understand the first Battle Pass isn't going to be their best, but take this criticism and just don't make a Battle Pass this non-consumer friendly again, please. Continuing on with my issues with the Battle Pass, for those that don't want to buy it, the rewards are extremely weak. You get a Winston skin and you get the Kiriko hero at tier 55, and that's really about it. Everything else is just kind of filler. And I know that that's what they do with Battle Passes. Every Battle Pass has some filler in it, but I'm just saying, like, again, for your first Battle Pass, like, I know they've never done like a Battle Pass system before for Overwatch, so I understand that there's going to be some hiccups here and there, but they need to really reconsider some of their changes here, because it's really not all that good, and it's really not all that consumer friendly. And I mean, just look at this. If you go to the challenges, the amount of credits they give you a week is 30 for completing 4 weeks, 20 for completing 8 weeks, and 11 weeks worth of challenges. You get 10 coins. Are you serious? That's over, what is that? That's like over like 15 weeks to get enough for a battle pass, if that. Like, what is this? This is horrible, and I really do hope that this is just a joke. And the fact that you also get currency for being a respectful player, you know, you get like those upvotes and stuff like that. You get like nothing. I saw someone on Reddit post it and they got 1 credit. Like, this is a joke. I don't know what's going on with this game, but it is not finished. Speaking of that, glitches. There is glitches everywhere in this game. There is constant rubber banding if you alt tab out of your game, and not only that, but just in general, your characters will start going crazy on your screen, which is really not fun to deal with. There's a lot of A posing, especially with like Echo and Bastion. The queue times are extremely horrendous, and I understand that a lot of people are trying to play, but the queues are so long that I honestly feel like that's not really the case. They just maybe don't want to pay for more servers. I don't know, I could be wrong about that too, but still, waiting in line is not fun. And yeah, I feel like I'm playing a goddamn beta at this point because I am trying to play Overwatch right now. It is Friday on the 7th of October, and I've had to restart my game 10 times to try to get my heroes that I've earned and I've gotten before, but no, they're locked. Unlocked via special challenge, battle pass, or in-game shop. I own all these characters and they keep locking them on me, and they've said that yes, it's a glitch. This is a beta still. This game is not finished. Like, why did they push it out this early if they were gonna have these glitches? I'm so frustrated that I feel like that because the game is free to play now, they can get away with this shit. It's so annoying that I have to spend my Friday night constantly restarting the game and hope to God that my heroes aren't locked. But I've done it like 10 times already tonight and I can't get my heroes. So like, what the hell were they thinking with this launch? I'm serious. Like, they did not test this out enough. Like, I'm just so frustrated that I'm playing another beta. Like, I'm wasting my time at this point, and I'm trying to cover this game. Like, I really do like it. The good moments are good, but the glitches and the issues I have with this game are so ginormous that I can't leave it unturned. I have to talk about it. It's just that bad. Also, speaking of that, hero locking for new players. Why is this even a thing anyway? We didn't have this for Overwatch 1, so why do we have to have it for Overwatch 2? We never had heroes locked for new players ever before, so why are we doing it now? And because of them doing that, we have this glitch to deal with where I have to restart my game and really hope to God that I can get in the game and not have to worry that my heroes are locked again. Wanted to mention this here too, tanks are very strong, and I think that some of them need nerfs, including Roadhog, Sigma. Like, a lot of them kind of need nerfs. They are kind of unkillable if you have a healer or two on them. They just don't die. It's really a problem, and they do need to fix that up a bit, but I'm sure that will get figured out as time progresses. And then finally, putting characters in the battle pass or a grind wall. Why are we doing this? I know it's a free-to-play game. I know heroes take time to make, but you're already charging people egregious amounts of money for skins. Now we're forcing people to spend time to get a character or to blow money on that. I left a comment on this one video that I will be talking about at a later date. I said here, I will never agree to having them lock heroes in the battle pass. The heroes completely change gameplay, and you know new heroes are going to be overtuned and more powerful. Kiriko, by the way, is very strong, so this kind of proves my point here. I have time to grind out the pass, and I have the money to buy out the pass, but I'm thinking for the common gamer, and they are not going to be a fan of this system, especially with adding a fear of missing out to the game, especially because Overwatch 1 didn't have that nearly as bad as how battle passes are constructed. I'm so worried that this game is going to turn out to be bad. And as someone that loves Overwatch, the last thing I want is for this game to fail and for this game to just be another one of those lazy cash grab games. And I know that's not what this game is, but with some of their decisions that they've made, a really bad battle pass that is really not friendly to their consumers whatsoever, the glitches on launch day, the queues being so bad, the fact that I can't play the game because I have to keep restarting it in hopes to God that I get my heroes back, and just, I don't know. I don't want this game to be bad, especially because they've already taken down the Overwatch 1 servers. This is the only version of Overwatch I can play now, and if this is the case and I can't play Overwatch 1 and I have to deal with this, I might just not play this game. If it's really gonna be where it's so obvious that they don't care about their player base, I'm not going to play this game and I'm not going to support it. But I have a feeling that they're going to change their mind on a few things. They're going to see all the complaints, they're going to see all the criticism, and they're going to change things. I hope to God they do, because this is a really good game on a really good foundation, but there's a lot of issues with it, and it should not have been released in this state. So that's it for the video today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know with a like and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Have a good one, everyone. See ya.